Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy? Sports and Fitness Rants. I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Got another great video for you guys today. As usual, you guys know the deal on this channel. So about setting the record straight, stopping the lies, stopping the narratives, stopping them from rewriting their history. And in this video, man, we're going to talk about this stuff that I've been hearing out there on the YouTube, on the social media about LeBron James and some of these other some of these other Olympic players getting drug tested, and LeBron James, supposedly was not drug tested, or maybe he was drug tested, but nobody knows, or no one said anything. And Anthony Edwards is, once again, continues to run his mouth, this guy. Someone needs to tell Anthony Edwards to shut the hell up. And he exposes and calls these guys out or calls out the fact that these guys were drug tested. Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and himself. And now everyone is up in arms because they're wondering why LeBron James wasn't drug tested, or if he was drug tested at all. We don't know if he was or not. But I really believe if LeBron James really was drug tested and he really wanted to set the record straight, so to speak, on all the rumors surrounding him and his, performance enhancement and his quote-unquote longevity, then why would this man not, make this, information public? Let everyone know, yeah, I was drug tested. And there was nothing found, but nothing came out. We're going to talk about in this video, man, because once again, LeBron James gets exposed by someone like an Anthony Edwards with these comments. And like I said, they're drug testing other players on the Olympics, but LeBron James didn't seem to come up when he was saying who was tested. We'll talk about in this video. And I want to thank you guys, everyone across the world, everyone across the states, man, that's been supporting my channel, guys. You guys know the deal on this channel, man. I'm truly humbled by all support, man. The real basketball fans are standing up, man. We must continue to hold these guys to a standard, man. So thank you very much to everyone out there, everybody in the membership, man. Thank you to all you guys out there. I want to send a special thanks out to my man, CP. I saw your message. Thank you for the super thanks, man. I am truly humbled, man. Thank you for your continued support. So shout out to my man CP coming through with the super thanks. And you guys know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So yes, guys, like I said, man, I wanted to do a brief video on this stuff that I've been hearing about, the comments Anthony Edwards made about, the fact that he was drug tested. Kevin Durant was drug tested. I believe he said Steph Curry, they were drug tested after the gold medal game, I believe. And he made some comments about, they were trying to celebrate, or the celebration got interrupted, and, they called these guys to get drug tested. And, there's been a lot of people speculating, how come LeBron James wasn't drug tested? His name wasn't brought up by Anthony Edwards. No one mentioned LeBron James as far as getting drug tested or any of this stuff. And, it's one of those things where, like, was LeBron James tested at all during the Olympics? We don't know these things, man. I wasn't there. I'm not privy to a lot of information. A lot of times you guys tell me about this stuff. I don't even know about a lot of the things that are going on, but I did see these comments, and it made me once again wonder if LeBron James was in fact tested at all during the Olympics. Maybe not just after the gold medal game, but if he was tested at all during the Olympics, right? While he was there in Paris, did they test LeBron James? Because I feel like if he really was tested and he came back clean, then why would you not make this public information? Now, I understand drug testing, a lot of this stuff is usually private unless it's something positive that comes out of it, right? You test positive for something, and then all of a sudden it becomes public information. You get some kind of ban or some kind of punishment, from the Olympic Committee for whatever the substance is, whatever it is. So if LeBron James would have actually been tested for steroids or whatever the case may be, and he in fact was clean, why would you not make this public? And I say this for mostly LeBron James as opposed to anyone else, because LeBron James is really the only basketball player on the Olympic team that has steroid suspicion surrounding him for years now, guys, for years. This goes all the way back to his time in Miami. This suspicion, his name, his initials popping up on stuff. All of the people around him were getting arrested and getting accused of things, doing shady stuff. These are the facts, guys. We all know about some of the accusations that have been laid out against LeBron James by other athletes. Chael Sonnen, for example, just basically blasted LeBron James and called him out. You guys remember what Kevin Garnett said? He called him on that new juice, he said, right? He's on that new juice. And now everyone has a nickname for LeBron James. They call him LeBalco now. right? You saw Victor Conti, right, the president, the owner of Balco, come out and make comments about LeBron James also. So you have all these people, all this suspicion surrounding LeBron James, not Steph Curry, not Anthony Edwards, not Kevin Durant, but they test those guys and now LeBron James. And listen, we all understand these things are random. We get all of that. That's the way it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be random. I've been subject to many drug tests in my life. You know what I'm saying? I said being in the military. I said working in a jail for many, many years. You were subject to a lot of drug testing. Now, obviously, they weren't searching for steroids when we're doing these tests. They're looking for the hardcore drugs. You know what I'm saying? The substance abuse types drugs. But substance abuse can be related to steroids, which is a substance that people abuse that can kill you, that can harm you. So when we think about LeBron James and you hear this stuff, man, about the Olympic players getting tested, Anthony Edwards says these things, once again, it exposes LeBron James because either he was not tested at all, which we don't understand why he would not be tested, or once again, he don't come into randomness, or he was tested at some other time during the Olympics that no one knows about or no one has spoke up about. And like I said, for LeBron James, it would benefit him, it would behoove him to come out if any kind of test was positive, or negative, that the Olympics did, just a random thing. You should put that out there, put the information out there to once again set the record straight and defend yourself. If you guys haven't noticed, LeBron James never defends himself against these kinds of accusations, against these rumors. He literally ignores it and hopes it'll go away. This is what LeBron James and his camp have done with these comments, with the rumors surrounding LeBron James, with all the suspicion. They continue to ignore these comments and once again, not trying to set the record straight, or once again, like I said, clear your name, so to speak. He don't do any of these things. Does LeBron James provide any proof or evidence that he's not doing anything? No, he doesn't. And once again, let's think about LeBron James and let's think about his career. And let's think about, once again, what LeBron James is always telling us. He's literally telling us that he uses chemicals, and people are not paying attention to this stuff. So LeBron James has been promoting his longevity. He's been promoting his physicality, the fact that he's in great shape, his off-season workouts. And what does he do? How does he promote it? He says, I spend millions on my body. This is what they've been promoting for years for LeBron James. He spends millions on his body in the off-season, getting in shape and keeping himself ready for the NBA season. So, once again, you guys know on this channel, I'm into health and fitness, guys. It don't cost no damn millions of dollars for you to take care of yourself in the off season. LeBron James spending all this money on what? On a tonal machine? On what? On personal trainers? On a dietitian? On personal chefs? On groceries? Like, what is LeBron James spending millions of dollars on? I don't understand it. Because wherever the money's going, it's not working. Once again, LeBron James claims to do all this stuff in the offseason. He spends all this money on whatever, cryo chambers or whatever these guys are doing in the offseason. Where's it going? Where's all the money going? Because it's not showing up on the basketball court, LeBron James. I've told you guys what. Every offseason, they promote the same thing. LeBron James putting in the work. LeBron James doing this, spends millions on his body. But then the season comes, and LeBron James missing games there, missing games here, sitting out for rest, sitting out with no injuries, faking injuries. This is LeBron James. So if you're in that great of shape because you've been putting in all the work, you spend millions of dollars to hire all these people around you, to pay these people to keep you in great shape, then why the hell can't this man play 80 games? I don't understand it. It literally is hypocrisy at its finest, guys. It does not add up. You're spending all this money. You're keeping yourself in this great condition, but you can't play 82 games but one time in your career. One time in your career, you played 82 games. You barely ever played 70 games in your career. Over the last, 5-6 years, this man's playing 55, 60 games at best. He just played over 70 games just this past season because why? They put the minimum on these guys. All of a sudden, LeBron James wants to show up to work. Because why? It's all about himself. He wants to be eligible for the all-NBA teams. He wants to be eligible for all this stuff. That's the only reason why he played those games this season. Guys, you think it's a coincidence that he played that many games after they came out with that league minimum? No, it's not a coincidence. LeBron James only out there for the fame, man. He's only out there for the accolades, for the money, man. And he knows he would not be eligible for these things if he only played or he played under 65 games. So once again, LeBron James exposed himself. And this idea that he spends all this money on his body in the offseason, doing all his hard work. All his hard work. But you don't show up on the court. You can't play on the court. You ain't giving no effort on the defensive end. So not only is LeBron James not playing all 82 games, when he is playing, he's only giving half the effort. He's literally playing half the game. He ain't playing no defense. He's walking around the basketball court, picking and choosing when he wants to give his energy and exert himself, load managing on the fans, but he spends all on his body. He's in all this great condition. It don't add up. Yeah, I would be able to play for 21 seasons too. I'm sure a lot of players in NBA's history would be able to play for 20, 21 seasons if they never played any defense, if they took literally half of their career off of defense. LeBron hasn't played defense in 10 seasons, guys, over 10 seasons. So literally half his career, he's only played half the game. Remember this. These are the facts. And like I told you, over the last 5-6 years, the man's only playing 50, 55 games. Faking injuries, going out with these minor injuries. He hasn't had any serious injury. So once again, that exposes LeBron James as possibly doing some chemicals on the side. You've never had a serious injury, but yet still you're load managing all the time. You're always out of games. But on the flip side, you spend millions of dollars on your body. And once again, where's the money going? He's not spending on a total machine, right? He's not spending on that stupid total machine that he does advertisements for. Have you seen LeBron James workouts? Not impressed at all by LeBron James workouts, guys. I've done a video on this. LeBron James workouts are all fluff workouts. They're not substance. It's all flash, man. There ain't nothing there. So what are you paying for? Like I said, these guys need to hire some real trainers, man. Stop hiring these guys because they're celebrity trainers or they got some kind of following or some kind of name. A lot of these trainers out there, once again, they're trying to reinvent the wheel. Instead of sticking with the basics, the things that are tried and true, they try to reinvent the wheel every single week. They try to change up something or add a weird spin to a classic exercise that doesn't need any kind of changes done to it. That's why you see these guys doing these weird exercises on Bosu balls on their knees, and they're holding kettlebells on top of kettlebells, and they do those weird nonsensical things that do literally nothing for you. I did the video yesterday on Jaylen Brown holding a dumbbell under the water with a basketball in his hand. You tell me what kind of workout this is and how is that helping your basketball game? These guys are idiots, and they listen to these goofy trainers, man, and then they take these pictures and they post these videos, they post these photos, and they think they're impressing us. They think they're like, wow, man, look at the work that LeBron James is doing. His exercises are a joke, man. They're an absolute joke. LeBron James ain't the size he is because of the workouts he's been doing. The man was blessed genetically. Let's be honest here. The man is blessed. So he has the ability, he has all these God-given talents and abilities that we can't even think about or dream about, guys. Those are just the facts, man. All the work that LeBron James is putting in, I'm not impressed because it's not showing up on the basketball court. Is LeBron James strong? No, he's not. LeBron James ain't strong. The man's flopping all over the court. So how strong is he? So they're going to talk about all the workout he does, but the man's not strong because his workouts are not equating to strength. It's all fluff, nonsensical work. That's all it is. These guys balancing all stupid stuff, doing all stabilization drills. This stuff does nothing for these guys, man. It doesn't, guys. Believe me, man. This stuff is nonsense, man. Stop trying to reinvent the wheel. Stop thinking because you're spending more money on somebody that equates to them being greater or better at what they're doing. Once again, that's not always the case, ladies and gentlemen. It's not. Just because a trainer or somebody costs more money or they charge a lot of money for their services does not always necessarily mean that they know more or that means that they're the greater trainer. It doesn't. Have you seen the look of some of these trainers that these guys have hired? They look like they need a trainer. I saw, I think it was like Steph Curry's trainer the other day. I believe it was. The guy looked like he needed a trainer. And once again, I'm not knocking these guys and saying that they don't know anything because they look like they're out of shape. But once again, if you're not in shape, if you look like you need a trainer, then you're not living up to the standards that you're trying to preach or sell to people, right? It doesn't add up, guys. You have to live the life. You have to be an example for the people. And oftentimes, guys, not just celebrities or famous people. I've worked in a gym many years, and I saw a lot of personal trainers that looked like hell. They looked like hell. And then they were wondering why people weren't trying to hire them to train them. Because a lot of times, oftentimes, right, regular people, right, they want someone who looks like they're living that lifestyle. They want someone who looks like they know what they're doing. Not only that they can speak it and they can think about it, but they look like they're living it. That's what most people want out of their trainers. A lot of these guys, that's not the case, man. These guys make a lot of money. They might have the knowledge. They might have the credentials. They might have the doctorate. They might have the on-paper resume. But once again, that does not always necessarily mean that you're better or know more, or you're actually giving the honest facts here. So when I think about LeBron James and this drug testing thing, and we think about Steph Curry and Kevin Durant, Anthony Edwards being tested, once again, we don't know if LeBron James was tested at all during the Olympics. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. My whole thing is this. If he was tested at the Olympics at any time, and obviously it came back negative, then why would you not make this public? Why would you not tell people? LeBron James says everything else. He talks about everything else. He's got a comment about everything else. He's got political views. He's got social views to say. He's always tweeting some nonsense. Always something to say. But he's got nothing to say on any of these accusations, and he won't say it, that he was tested at the Olympics and it came back negative. So all you haters could go to hell. All you people can stop trying to accuse me of stuff. He won't come out with these things because he knows he's guilty. It's the same reason why he came out in the ESPYs and said that he's not cheating the game. The man literally came on stage and said he's not cheating the game. You know how guilty you sound when you say that? That's the words of a guilty conscience that LeBron James is speaking. When LeBron James promotes that he spends millions of dollars on his body in the offseason, really what he's trying to do is cover up the fact that the millions that he's spending is not on trainers. It's not on food. It's not on dietitians. None of this stuff. It's on the substance, the chemicals that LeBron James needs to keep that longevity going. Because LeBron James knows and understands and realizes that he can't pass Michael Jordan off the merits. He can't pass Michael Jordan off the on-court game, off of his accomplishments, right? Off the integrity, off the intangibles. He'll never be able to pass from Michael Jordan or anywhere near that. He knows this. So what's LeBron James done? He's taken the stats route. The only way that he can make a stat argument is to continue to play and put up stats. But only the LeBron James fans, only these idiots in the media really believe or think that the stats have any bearing on his all-time rankings. We do not care about his stats, his longevity stats. Once again, LeBron James has suspicions surrounding him for years now and never has addressed this stuff. Never has addressed it. And now Anthony Edwards with his big mouth talks about Kevin Durant, Steph Curry. I mean, he put Kevin Durant, Steph Curry out there. What? Like, dude, he should just said, yeah, they drug tested me. He didn't have to put Steph Curry out there or Kevin Durant. Once again, that's not his business to throw them out there. If he wanted to throw himself out there as being drug tested, then by all means, and this is why I say LeBron James should have came out if he was in fact tested and said, yeah, they got me, man. And you guys know I'm clean. This is what I stand on. But he didn't do that because he probably was not tested. And even if he was, they're not going to talk about it, guys. You guys know they're doing this channel, man. These are the facts here. LeBron James is a dirtbag. Remember that, guys. He's all about himself. He pays all people. So are we going to believe that the Olympic Committee wasn't paid off, perhaps? Or they weren't, told, hey, listen, man, don't be picking LeBron James for any random drug testing here in the Olympics. I'm LeBron James. I can do whatever I want. You guys got to go back to your boring lives. You guys ain't this. Keep that same energy. No, why don't you keep that same energy, LeBron James? Where's your energy for these suspicions surrounding all your PED use? HGH, all this stuff. And another thing we must talk about and be honest about is sometimes you hear some of these idiots talk about guys doing drugs back in the day, the 80s and the 90s, let's say, for example. They want you to believe that the guys back in the day had more ways to hide these things. I don't understand how they could believe that. Or they'll say back in the day, they didn't test as much as they do now. So guys were able to get away with more back in the day. That's the dumbest thing I've heard in my life. In fact, today, with the technology, all the advancements that these guys have today in medicine, in technology, they have way more opportunities to take stuff without anybody being the wiser about it, and way more ways now to get around these drug tests, guys. Way more ways. You didn't have these kinds of things back in the day. You didn't have it, guys. I'm going to tell you guys a quick story. When I was in the military, man, give you guys a quick example of what I'm talking about, of ways to try to get around a drug test for us back in the day, for people back in the day. So I told you guys I was in the Navy for 4 years, from 1999 to 2003. And during my time in the military, there was regular drug testing done, right? And that usually was at certain times. It was usually when you got back from a leave, let's say. So you go on leave for 2 weeks, 10 days, whatever it is. You go home to visit family, right? Usually after you come back from a deployment. So you come back from a 6-month deployment, whatever it is, and then usually there's 2 leave periods. So you'll go on leave on one of the leave periods, right? So you go home on leave 10 days, 2 weeks, whatever the case may be. Most often, they will drug test you as soon as you get back from leave. Now, it's random. They'll pick a certain amount of people, right, based off of social security numbers. If I remember correctly, they would do it off of social security numbers, right? And they would pick you out of social security numbers, and then you would get tested. Now, I don't know how they tested these things once they got the samples, but I'll tell you the procedure. So they'll tell you at the beginning of the day, right in the morning, when you're lining up, right, for quarters, they'll tell you, Sam, as you have testing today. You know what I'm saying? They'll say, hey, man, Robin, you got drug testing today. All right? You got to go, blah, blah, blah. Now, you cannot leave the ship. They take your ID from you, okay? So you cannot leave the ship without your ID. That's how it was in the Navy. You're supposed to show your ID and you salute, right? When you walk off the quarterdeck, anyone that's in the Navy knows what I'm talking about here. So they take your ID from you, which prevents you from leaving the ship. So you can't leave the ship until you do this drug test, right? So what ends up happening is when you go to do the drug testing, like I said, I've done this many times, guys, in the military, the dude is literally standing right there. So I went to a urinal, right? I went to the urinal to do the drug test, and the guy literally stands right next to the urinal and is watching you, literally looking at your stuff, all up in your personal stuff, guys. This is what they did. I don't know if anyone else had this kind of experience in the Navy, but that's how they did us, man. The guy was standing literally right there, man. So I remember there was a time where they're doing the drug testing now, right? And we're all there in the hallways lined up. And a couple of my buddies are there. And one of my friends was nervous because I guess he was smoking some marijuana or whatever, right? He smoked some weed and man, he was a little nervous about failing the drugs. Remember, it's a zero tolerance in the Navy. No matter what it is. You fail a breathalyzer or you pop one of these drug tests, you're done, man. You're out of there. So he finds out that one of the other guys there had one of those fake penises, guys. I hate to talk like this on this video, guys. You know, forgive me here, man. But it's one of those strap-on penises, man. It's almost like a dildo, man, right? And it has a little thing, and it came with dehydrated urine. I seen this whole thing, guys. The guy opened the whole thing in front of me, man, and did the whole thing. And what it is that it has dehydrated urine pills, right? So you put some warm water on this thing. It has a little pouch, right? And you keep this thing strapped around your waist. It's supposed to sit right against your skin, right against your bladder. And it's literally, like I said, like a fake penis, guys. And literally what it does is you pull this out, you hit a switch, and it pees for you, right? And you have that dehydrated urine in there, and it comes out. So if someone's there looking, they look down, it looks like you're peeing. It looks like like I said, a penis, guys. And you're there holding it, and it pees and whatever. And because it's against your bladder, that's why you're supposed to have it around your bladder, keep it against your skin. It will be your body temperature. Because remember, in the military, they would test the temperature of the urine to make sure that people weren't, playing these kinds of games. But because you kept it strapped like that, it would keep your body temperature. It would be warm. So anyway, one of the other guys finds out about this, and he's worried too. And he's like, yo, man, can I use that? And the guy was like, listen, man, you're white. This is a black one. It was made for black people. So the fake penis was brown, right? It was a darker color person. And this guy was white. I mean, white as hell this guy was. And I remember I was standing right there, and they're having this back and forth. He's like, come on, man, I need this. I got to use it. I don't want to fail the test, blah, 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 blah. So the guy's like, listen, man, I'm going to let you use it. But remember, they're standing right there. If they look and see it, it's not going to match your skin color, and you're going to get caught, man. This is what he told the guy. The guy didn't care, man. He didn't want to fail a drug test. He wanted to take that chance. So he strapped this thing on, right? Put the water in the pills, put it on, and then he stood in line for the drug test. And what ended up happening, guys? He ended up getting busted, man. The guy was standing right there by the urinal. He goes to pull out his thing. He goes to go to the bathroom. The guy looks, sees the white guy with a brown penis. And it's like, what the hell's going on here? And the guy gets busted, man. Gets flat out busted. They confiscate that thing, and the jig is up. The jig is up for everybody now because they know what's going on here now. And we get busted. That was an example of something that happened when I was in the Navy on my ship, guys. All right, so people have tried to go around these things. They've tried to find ways to beat these kinds of things. And back in the day, that was really the best tool that you had. Now, these guys have drugs that don't show up on tests. They have ways to avoid these things. People like LeBron James have money to avoid this kind of stuff. So LeBron James gets exposed by not coming forward and saying that he was tested or denying any of this kinds of stuff, these rumors or any of these accusations, never just standing up for himself or defending himself. Meanwhile, this man defends himself against everything else. He fake read books, and he'll babble on about Malcolm X ignorantly. He'll fake a hate crime at his house. He'll tell us all these things through tweets. He's activating playoff mode. All this stuff LeBron James has said. He told us that he could guard positions 1 through 5, that he doesn't flop. Oh, I got to learn how to flop. I don't flop. He'll tell us that I never played for a super team. He has all the energy for all of this stuff, but he has no energy for any of the suspicions surrounding the PED use or any of the chemicals. No energy for that, though. He won't stand on that and defend himself. No, but he'll have his wife come on stage, call him the GOAT, though. He'll come to the stage and say he never cheated the game, but he won't talk about in detail what he means when he says that. And once again, this is coming from the mind of a guilty conscience, from someone who knows that they're cheating the game. LeBron James fans know he's cheating the game. And LeBron James is in trouble, man. I'm telling you right now, when this man retires, right, when the paychecks start rolling into some of these people, they're going to expose this man. He's not going to have the protection anymore. So I think it's kind of stupid that, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant get drug tested, but we don't hear anything about LeBron James getting tested. And like I said, man, maybe he did, maybe he did not. And if I was LeBron James, like I said, I would have put this information out there and be like, listen, this is proof, guys. I don't do anything. I was tested at the Olympics. Tell LeBron James to give a hair sample up. Tell LeBron James to give a hair sample. I dare to give a hair sample. Give a hair sample. Give some blood, man. Do a test on your own time. Once again, why would you not clear yourself and stand up for yourself? If someone accused me of something that egregious of using steroids, why would you not come out and defend yourself? It don't add up. And people think that him not saying anything is him, showing that it's not true. That doesn't make any sense, man. It's not someone saying that they don't believe LeBron James is the greatest of all time or someone taking a shot at LeBron James' basketball game. They're literally accusing him of cheating. LeBron James is the only player in NBA's history that uses and pushes his longevity more than any other player, guys. More than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was pushed by his longevity. LeBron James and his fans stand on longevity. That's all they talk about. LeBron James got 40,000 points. LeBron James got this, that. LeBron James been playing for this long. LeBron James done this. This is all they stand on. But when you're standing on longevity, it's fraudulent. Your longevity is fraudulent. Once again, you're not playing the whole game. You're standing around on defense. So once again, where's your true longevity? You're not playing 82 games a season, but on the flip side, you talk about all the money you spend on your body. I told you guys, LeBron James spends millions on his body, pennies on his game. And that's the problem. It should have been the opposite. LeBron James could have been doing the same things that he's doing without spending the millions and millions of dollars on his body. He should have been putting that work into hiring shooting coaches or, hiring Hakeem Olajuwon or hiring a bunch of other guys to come and teach him the fundamentals of basketball, to work on his footwork, to work on his ball handling ability, to work on a go-to move in the clutch, to work on his free throw shooting, to work on his leadership. These are things that he should be spending money on. No one gives a damn about the fluff workouts you do. I'm not impressed with LeBron James' body, his physique. I'm not. And once again, I'm not impressed with LeBron James' strength. He's not a strong person for someone 6'9", 260. He ain't strong. He's not. He would get manhandled by a lot of the guys in the 80s and 90s that had true, real strength. Real strength, not this fake strength. You guys know the deal, man. These are the facts here, man. These are the facts. I'll catch you guys on the next one.